back to a couple of moons ago, my birthday.
Oh, yes. Which, by the way, quick note. I texted you. I said, happy birthday. I love you. 0 response.
Oh, well, I had 7 million texts, so I figured you'd get it. But my bad.
Pretty close. I thought we were fighting.
No.
I love you.
Well, that's a tough matzo ball.
All right. Keep it going.
All right. I'll write it back later.
All right.
I can't do it face to face. Which I would argue is more emotional. People go, hey, you got no emotion. I'm like, no, I feel like I'm so emotional that I can't do it. Does that make sense?
Nope.
Okay. So it's too much emotion.
Right.
If I had less
Exactly.
emotion, it would be easy to say it.
Right.
All right. It's an argument.
Yeah.
Okay. What was I talking? Oh, yeah, my birthday.
Your birthday.
What would have been worse if I hearted it, or is that better?
No, heart would have been nice.
I
Heart, I would have been like, oh, nice. Okay, good. That makes sense.
Well, you know how sometimes you'll heart a guy's tweet, and he'll go, no retweet, but you heart it? And you're like, well, I could have done nothing.
Nah, those are assholes.
Okay, well, I'm thinking of a certain guy.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't know. I thought about hearting it, and then I was like, oh, that might be insulting. So I should have hearted. Now
Next
I
time
know.
you heart. Bret Hart.
Tanya Harding.
Owen Hart.
All right, heart attack.
So birthday.
Birthday, tickets to Kings of Leon at Forest Hill Stadium.
Nice.
Your neck of the woods here, out in Queens.
My former neck of the woods. Oh, I'm going to miss it. Tennis.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's a beautiful area, that Forest Hills. So we hightail it up there, and I try to get there right on time for the band, but I didn't know there was an opener.
Mm-hmm.
We missed the opener. Now I went through my agent, so he got me the primo VIP bullshit tickets. So we're like, hey, look at this. We go up to the General Pop, and they go, whoa, you got to go to Will Call. They got your tickets. And I go, where's Will Call? They go, all the way over there. We walk over there. You show up at Will Call, and it's like, that guy's in a band. That guy's wearing a cowboy hat. Like, you tell it was a who's who. The women are hotter. They're all in cowboy boots and hot as shit, leather. And you're like, oh, we're in the mix.
And how about this? They're pointing at you and going, hey, there's that guy from The Tonight Show.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe not too much. No one knew me, but I appreciate it. So then we go through the back way. The back way is beautiful because there's a bar and food set up.
Oh, I love the back way.
So you're just like, wait, let me get some drinks before we go in. And you can hear a band off in the distance. And you're like, that's the opener, right? It was Kings of Leon. We're missing it.
Jesus.
So I get 17 high noons. I just put them all in. I got the pregnant wife here. We're walking in, and we're looking at the ticket, 4B, row 19, whatever it is. And you're like, where's 4B? Where's 19? And just floods of people everywhere. And this guy goes, two's gay.
Whoa.
I go, hey, how you doing? Two's gay. Ho, how you
Hey.
doing? So now I'm getting mobbed. We got all these gays out here.
I knew you'd get mobbed.
I got mobbed, and mob deep, and then this one guy with a badge, a whistle, and a hat goes, get over here. And I was like, uh-oh. And he goes, fuck that shit. Let me see your ticket. He goes, this seat sucks. Come with me. Love come with me.
So you got the VIP from the agent, and you're still getting even more hooked up.
Yeah, because this VIP is nice, but this guy, he's got keys.
Keys.
He's got a big ring of keys.
Interesting. The black keys.
Yes. So he goes back in. We go to this back door, and there's a big black guy, a black key,
Yikes.
standing there. And he goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he goes, hey, Reggie, they're with me. And he goes, all right. Guy does the key, opens this weird big door. We go back there. Now we're in the bowels of Forest Hill Stadium.
Whoa.
You know, like the whole thing's a circle. So we're in this circular tunnel going down behind the stage. You can see the Kings of Leon. They're up above you, you know?
Wow.
And it's crazy. So we're like, whoa, and there's hot women going by, and like a guy with a food cart going by, and a bartender going by. It's a whole thing. This guy working on guitars, and there's a guy polishing some drums. And you're like, holy shit. Then he goes, all right, I think this is the right door. Opens the door. It's like one of these half doors, little door.
Half door.
Looks like we're going into like Narnia or something. Opens the half door. He goes, duck in. We get in there. It's an office. And we're like, oh, this is weird. There's an office. And he goes, go through that door there. I'll be back. I'm busy.
This is one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life.
So we go through this back door, through the office.
And your wife is 6 months pregnant.
6 months pregnant, and she doesn't know what's going on. So I got the high noons. I got the wife. I open this door. It's the sound booth. I'm
Wow.
behind. I have a photo of it. We'll send it to Lex. We'll put it up there. I'm behind the sound guy with the big board with the knobs on it.
Wow, the knob board.
Knob board, Knob Creek, and I go, holy shit! And he goes, just sit right here. And he gave us 2 stools. Now we're sitting behind the sound guy. He goes, and I go, all right. And there's 8 guys with monitors and screens and all this, and I got the band right there. Perfect view, line of sight, amazing show.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask you this, because sometimes this happens. I was like, I remember when I was a boy drinking, you'd go to a bar because you go, I know the bartender.
Yeah.
And then they would hook you up, quote unquote, and they would give you like a rum and Coke with 10 ounces of rum and 4 ounces of Coke and be like, there you go. But I'm like, well, now my drink tastes like shit and I'm in a blackout.
Yes.
And I feel like I have to tip $900.
Right.
And I did a joke about this where I said, you're hooking me up with cirrhosis. You okay, babe? Now, because whatever these VIP seats,
Joe Cirrhosis.
they might have been front row over here, side stage. And sometimes the sound booth, as exciting and crazy as that is, now you got people working in front of you, you got lights underneath your face. Were they amazing?
It was pretty cool because I don't know where those seats were, and you're gonna be with people. We had our own
Private's nice.
We had our own private. It felt like a suite. I mean, this is roomy. This is the Forest Hills sound booth, so it ain't no slouch, you know.
Right.
And I think I was in there with 4 or 5 people.
Wow.
There was a lady on the 1s and 2s. There was a guy standing up with the big. I could see him bring the lights down, you know, and
Slide whistle.
yeah. And you just felt cool back there, and I would leave, and the bar was right out the little small door. I'd go back, get some drinks, got her a seltzer, and it just felt you had some room. She's fat, you know. It felt nice.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. I'll say this again.
I know what you mean, though.
One last thing, though, because sometimes a concert by yourself is scary in its own way.
Yeah.
Because I'm at a concert, I'm like this, fucking. You know,
Yeah.
You're isolated. People are like, what's with the retarded kid over here?
Oh, I was that guy.
So that's scary, too, because I'm like playing my leg.
Yes.
Doing that stuff. I want to be covered in jizz with the fans.
Well, I was half in the bag by minute 20, so I was like doing all that, and I'm hitting her stomach like it's a snare and all that shit, and I think I killed the baby, but
let's hope.
You got the
sake.
perfect sight because they have to be able to see. They're the engineers, Jerry.
Right, the sight line is nice. I'd be afraid, too. I'd be distracted. I mean, it sounds amazing, and I'm poo-pooing, but I'd also be afraid. I'd get stuck looking at the guy. I'd be like, what'd you do? You slid that up?
I
Is that
did.
the bass?
I did a little of that.
Were you going
left?
left speaker? Is that the woofer?
Yeah.
And then I'm just missing the show because I'm watching them conduct and do the maestro.
I did get a McKembe. I go, wrong knob. He goes,
oh,
like,
wow.
don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I don't know you. I don't care who you are. You're lucky to be here. I could get rid of you in 2 seconds.
I'd be like, let me push one knob. Come on. How hard can it be?
The buttons.
You move a knob.
I feel like that with an airplane, too. I want to just get in that cockpit and hit that yoke.
Yeah. Every switch. Now, do you have any more respect for Rick Rubin now? Because you're a big Rubin hater.
Yeah.
The Rubinator. Can you?
Good sandwich,
Did you watch them and go, hey, maybe they're on to something here?
Who, them?
Yeah, the switchers, the 1s and 2s.
Yeah, well, to back my point up, Ruben doesn't know how to use a soundboard.
Oh, he knows how to
Famously.
use a soundboard.
He admitted to it.
No, I watched the fucking thing with Paul McCartney. He's working the soundboard. He did a whole doc. It's him and McCartney. He's touching knobs the whole time.
I think he was faking it, like me with Street Fighter. I'm just hitting buttons, you know. I don't actually know how to Ayuga.
He knows how to use a goddamn soundboard.
Give
What,
it
are
a
you crazy?
goog. I think he's come clean on that. I think he does a lot of this. You know, I think he's like Denzel in Flight. He's just hitting switches.
But it's funny because I had this. Weren't you here, Lex? I had the argument with Salacuse on this very couch because Salacuse said he doesn't play guitar. And I'm like, he plays guitar. And we had this big fight.
He might play guitar, but he can't use a soundboard or a shoe, apparently.
A shoe?
He doesn't wear shoes.
Oh, right. So shoe me.
Thank you.
But pull up clips of
What a
him and
hack.
Paul McCartney.
Hack.
He's pulling down the soundboard. He's working
He's
it.
turning off the lights in the green room.
In an interview in 2023, in 60 Minutes, Rubin said he doesn't have any technical ability and can't work a soundboard.
Bangarang, Rufio.
Those are his words, but he's humble. He's a humble man.
I didn't think about that.
He's practicing humility.
Yes,
it's the same way I go. Hey, I can't do.
Humble pie.
I can't. Fuck my wife in the ass. But of course I can. You spit on it.
It's not as easy as you think.
Have you watched the thing with him and McCartney? He's touching the soundboard. He pulls it up and goes, if you pull this down, you push this up. So he knows how to work it in some degree. But
That's a good point.
he's
That's a good
making the
point.
sounds different, and it goes boop, boop, boop.
It's like a kid with a Fisher-Price kitchen. They're like, oh, they're turning knobs and they're flipping eggs. It's all pipes, Jerry. It's fake.
I've seen him touch a soundboard.
Wow, I've touched one. I've taken a shit on one.
I think he's just turning the volume up and down.
I think you're right.
Well, he's pulling the sound. It's the sound board. He's turning the sound down.
I'm bored.
Like EQ, and this is just like the volume up and down for the speakers. I think he's just adjusting the volume.
He's doing
It
something with the
says VOL
soundboard.
right on there. It's
He's-
easy.
He's doing a sound. I sound bored when
Yeah.
I listen to him talk, but I know what you mean. But he's played the guitar. He's touched the
I'll give him
soundboard.
guitar.
All right, guitar he's in.
But he's worthless. He's got nothing. It's almost impressive. He's the biggest hoax in the business. The guy's selling snake oil to these Tom Pettys of the world, and he's making mills.
I told you. I think we talked about it. Maybe it was on the pod or maybe it was off air. But yeah, like Black Sabbath, he worked with them, and he was like, pretend you were not heavy metal. You were around before heavy metal. I'll be back in 4 days. And they were like, what the fuck's this bloke talking about?
Yeah, I've always said Ozzy is very clear-minded.